How often do we call it healing when it's actually just hiding? You say you need space, so you buy the flight. You post about boundaries. You switch your ringtone off. You make a playlist called Growth. You tell yourself, this is what healing looks like. But deep down, you know, you're running, not resting. And listen, this isn't here to judge you. It's here to ask something honest. Are you healing, or are you escaping? Because not every soft light means peace. Not every journal entry means you've processed the pain. Not every candlelit bath means you're closer to freedom. Sometimes, it's just distraction in prettier packaging. And you deserve more than a polished escape. You deserve something real. You deserve healing that actually holds you. Let's talk about the difference. It's 11:42 p.m. A guy named Danny is sitting in his parked car, engine off, scrolling through TikTok reels of people walking the streets of Tokyo, surfing in Bali, sitting by neon-lit windows in Seoul. The music's ambient. The faces are glowing. And his chest is tight. He clicks book flight. Tells people he needs to reset. Says he's just burnt out. What he doesn't say is, he hasn't slept through the night in 3 weeks. He's still checking his ex's profile every night. He hasn't answered his dad's last 5 calls. He's been saying, I'm fine, so much even he's starting to believe it. He lands. The air is different. The food tastes like something new. For a while, it works. But then, it hits again. In the hostel bunk bed, with the neon signs flickering outside, same ache, same spiral, different scenery. Because feelings don't check out at airport security. You can't cross borders to escape what's inside you. And Danny, he's not a character. He's every one of us. When we've mistaken a change of place for a change of self. Maybe your escape isn't a flight. Maybe it's a situationship. Maybe it's a back-to-back work schedule. Maybe it's 8 hours on Netflix with no memory of what you watched. And maybe you've been calling it healing. But what if it's just hiding? Let's pause. Escapism isn't evil. It's human. Your brain is wired for comfort. It wants the dopamine rush, the relief, the immediate exit. And honestly, sometimes that's okay. We all need a break. But here's the hard truth. Healing is not the same thing as soothing. Author Brianna Wiest said it best. True healing happens when you have the courage to feel everything you've been running from. Let that echo for a second. Soothing is the glass of wine. Healing is sitting with the loneliness underneath the sip. Soothing is the spontaneous trip. Healing is asking, what am I trying to run away from? Soothing is temporary. Healing is transformational. But here's the catch. Most of us were never taught how to heal. We were taught to be productive, to be strong, to be okay enough to not cause inconvenience. So what do? We binge, we scroll, we joke it off, we hustle. Carl Jung once said, people will do anything, no matter how absurd, to avoid facing their own soul. That's what escapism is. Absurd rituals to avoid reflection. But healing is quiet. It's boring. It's brutally honest. It's sitting across from your own fear and choosing not to flinch. You don't need to dissect every emotion on command, but you do need to stop muting them. Because the more you avoid your feelings, the louder they get. You can't heal a wound you won't even look at. So, what does real healing look like? Not the polished version, the actual one. Let's make it simple. 3 things. 1. Pause the escape. Before you pour the wine, before you scroll, before you hit add to cart, pause and ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? Don't fix it. Don't justify it. Just name it. Even if all you can say is, I don't know, but it feels heavy. That's step 1. 2. Make space, literally. Set a 10-minute timer. Sit with the feeling. No distractions, no performative healing. Just you and the thing you've been avoiding. Cry, journal, stare out the window. Do nothing but do it consciously. 3. Process, then soothe. Take the trip, light the candle, go to the yoga class. But only after you've looked your feelings in the eye. Use comfort as a response to healing, not as a replacement for it. Because when you soothe without feeling, you create a cycle. When you feel, then soothe, you create space. And that space, that's where the peace lives. You deserve more than distraction. You deserve depth, and you'll never find that in a 30-second reel, or a 7-step morning routine, or an impulsive trip that's more aesthetic than honest. Maybe you've told yourself, I'm just overwhelmed. I need a change of scenery. This is what healing looks like now, right? But deep down, you know. You don't need a new playlist. You need permission to feel. You don't need a detour. You need to face what you've been circling around. Because every time you stay, when your body says run, that's healing. Every time you feel without fixing, that's courage. Every time you say, this hurts, instead of I'm fine, that's freedom. Escaping the fire doesn't heal you. Walking through it with open eyes does. If this spoke to something quiet inside you, don't just scroll away. Sit with it. Maybe tonight, instead of numbing out, you open your journal. Maybe you pause just for 5 minutes and let yourself feel, without rushing to fix it. And if you're tired of pretending healing is all aesthetics and soft filters, subscribe. Because here, we talk about the kind of growth that doesn't always look pretty, but actually holds you. Drop a comment. What have you been calling healing? That might actually be escaping. And if this reminded you of someone, send it to them. Not to call them out, but to let them know they're not alone. True healing isn't loud. It's not curated. It's just honest. And that's enough.